Actually, yeah. You can tell me, why do we gotta go through all this?
I can fill one out here by law, I can.
You guys have my full request and you're going to abide by the law.
So now I'm not going to. I don't have to. That's not the law. I can email it and send it any way I want.
Police know you have the law. Pick that thumbs up because this is a success. This is a follow-up to 2 different audits, and I told them.
You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out.
Listen, y'all, these kids want to act up in school, on the street, in the bad shoe, want to go like they got no home training. So I told my son, don't go to school basketball no more. I take candy, everything like this. Let's put a basket like this. Let's go down to the color scale. I saw you were in a restricted area. Now I want your identity. You're not getting it. Well, embarrassing. I told you, don't embarrass you, no.
Previously on auditing Erie County.
Just fill one out here. I can fill one out here by law, I can. That's the law. Yes, that's the law. Officer, she's violating the law. What are we gonna do about that?
Yeah.
And said you were supposed to come down here and fill out the proper form.
You guys have my full request and you're going to abide by the law. You will call over to the police department. Why don't you call over to the police department, have him email it like he's supposed to do by law? I'm not even calling him in a minute, but it's all protected speech. You want to explain that to her?
And we had to deal with
These kids want to act up.
a whole town of children acting up. If you did not see the original video, it is linked in the description. It is a complete banger, but I will quick give you a summarization of what exactly went down that day. Then we'll get into the follow-up. See, I was minding my business when I realized the town didn't give me my full request. So I strolled on into the town hall like so, and I walked up and demanded, give me my full request. Give me my full request now. Instead, they decided to play games with my public records request. So I busted out the law, and one after another, I had to smack them all with the law. Everybody in the town got hit with the law. One after another, I had to teach them the law. Then you know what they did? They called the police. And you know what the police were getting, fam. The law. One after another. A little bit of law, a little bit of law for them. They all got the law. After I served them up with the law, you know what happened the next day? June 30th, 2026, at 8:44 a.m., fam, they filled the full request. And mind you, we were there.
It is Monday, the 29th.
In that original video, we are investigating tinted windows in the police parking lot as they give out tickets for that. So we full requested how many tickets they've written out, while hypocritically driving around with that same violation. They attached my original full request, my appeal, and they attached 3 tickets, fam. And here's where the real question comes in and the real kicker for you guys. I need your opinion in the comment section. 4/20/2026, they wrote a 10 ticket. September 19, 2023, they wrote one. And September 26, 2021, they wrote one. Now, while the Macedon Police Department did have 2 vehicles with illegal window tint in their parking lot, and my question for you is, while other departments were writing 30 to 60 in a year, and they're only writing 1 every other year for the past 6 years, do you find that they're hypocrites as much, or do you find more leniency for the police who might have tinted windows on their own vehicle while other people are getting tickets? Or do you still think it's absolutely inappropriate that the police in any way violate the law because, well, they enforce the law? Leave your comments on what you guys think. to be sure that those were the only tickets and I got the correct numbers for Macedon, we had to go do a revisit on the town clerk to make sure that, number one, they complied properly, and that was it. Down here today is July 2nd. We came down here and we had to drop the hammer on the uppers here with the town clerk and the police department to get our records request rolling within the law. And the very next day that I actually was here, they started sending some of that full request. So let's go ahead in here, and I got a few questions about it. Just ask a few questions. Quick question about that. I obviously got the stuff that started coming. You were sending the actual tickets. I was actually not. I wouldn't actually need the tickets. I was just looking for a tally, like your 2001 one, 2002 one. So, is that everything that they give you? So that's complete then. All right. So I'll make sure that it looks like one after the year then. So it's not a lot. Yeah, usually a lot of police use those for like, when they pull somebody over and they're extra rude, they just throw everything. Sometimes it works like that, but like, you know how it looks with the people if they're writing a lot of tickets. So like, a good example is, I did the same investigation on Webster. Webster wrote like 20 the one year, like 15 the next year, and another like 24. And then this year alone, and this was 2 months ago, this year alone, with 4 months in, they already had 64 of them in 1 year for window tint. And that's when I seen the police there. They actually had tinted windows on all their police vehicles. Well, it's kind of funny because I wrote that video the other day, and one of the ads I seen that ran on my video was for a tint company in Webster, New York. And I'm a small business owner. Money to advertisement, and somebody was to call me and tell me that the advertisement's working, they've seen it in the local area, that'd be great. But I actually called him and let him know and told him what the story was about and all that. And he's like, oh, I actually installed all the window tint on all the police in Webster. Somebody did that there, and the chief and that made them remove their tint and professionally and with a receipt so they can prove that the tint came off. So it's interesting because 60 tickets in 4 months for window tint, while they're rolling around with window tint, where Macedon looks like every other year one. Now they got window tint out there. People are going to be as upset, you know what I mean? So that's part of the investigation. That's why I want to jump to the conclusion. That's why I do the investigation. I just want to see if that was the complete full request or if we were still working on it. All right, thank you very much.
Don't forget, you got sheets to fold.
And there you guys have it. We did get our full request. We did get it filled. I know a lot of you guys in that last video said that I shouldn't have gave the police officer the full request. We want to hang them, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, how many police officers have we seen that were total trash? Total egotistical. They won't listen. They won't do nothing, right? Well, this officer, this sergeant, did do something. He did try to make it right. We allowed him to do that. So all those people who say that we shouldn't have, believe me, I wouldn't have if this guy was a total asshole. But that sergeant, he was a pretty cool guy. He did get it done, and under 24 hours, they got that full request filled to me after the hammering that we had to come down here and do. Unfortunately, we had to teach him like that and do it, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. So you guys leave a comment in the comment section what you think about that. The last video about it. We dropped the hammer. We had to come in there and talk to them like they needed to be talked to. But at the end of the day, they got their ass in gear. They're a bit more professional today. The lady at the police department was definitely more professional when I spoke to her the second time. So you guys let me know what you think. As far as I'm concerned, I think I did it the right way by giving that sergeant the paper. He asked nicely, he listened, and by the end of that whole conversation, you can see that they knew we were right. So leave your comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Right after leaving the town hall that day, of course, I seen a Macedon police officer on a road patrol stop, so we're gonna stop and film that and check it out. Perfect. Can I help you, sir? Nope. no, fam. That's right. We got ourselves an ID junkie. He wants the passenger's ID in the vehicle. Why? Because he wants to run it for warrants and no other reason, fam.
You don't need to call the court. You don't have to give your ID. If he asks for your ID, you can simply decline. Yeah, as a passenger, you're not required to identify. You don't need to have a police report. He's just literally running you for IDs. That's just cop stuff they do. The only one who's obviously got an ID is the drivers. You know, the passengers, they're not required to. They're protected by the Fourth Amendment. So you don't have to give it to them if you don't want to. You don't have to be on the police report if you don't want to. So the driver does, but the passenger does not, because the passenger's not involved. They're just the passenger. When you're pulled over by police and you're a passenger, unless you're suspected of a crime, you don't even have to ID that. Like if you're a passenger, you get pulled over. I mean, given there's not like a baggie of coke in the middle of the center console and the cop sees a crime and you're both sitting there, then you're both obviously. But like in most situations like this, like the only reason he wants your ID is because he's trained to get it, so they can look for warrants, look for anything and everything. So you know, I actually run a YouTube channel called Auditing Erie County. I just busted these guys' asses up really good the other day for FOIA requests, public records requests. I was just a public records request that they had to follow the law. They showed up their ass the law. And the police officer that gave us the massive police action I do. Just leaving their Facebook's comments.
The guests really don't like stuff on the walls and that. They just like it plain and simple.
And plain and simple is better.
And I said, she goes, and plus it's less for you to clean.
Yep. All you're doing is making more work, Mom.
But, and so I said, okay. So I sent Jill the message calendar about it, and I said, now all I can think of is stuff to take off the wall. So it's good.
Well, yeah, all you're doing is creating more work for yourself.
It's a joke.
I know, but you wasn't joking about taking pictures and hanging stuff on the walls, or?
Well, I was joking about going around and taking stuff down.
I know, but what I'm saying is you have a consistent habit of creating more work for yourself and still getting the same pay. You see what I'm saying? That makes no sense. And what it really comes to is it comes to me doing more work.
Is there a supervisor or officer in that building right now?
Why don't you go take your nap? There's nothing that needs to be done that's so important that you can't go take a nap. No, it doesn't. No, it don't. I'm not asking Foxy. Not asking Foxy. I'm not playing the childish ass Foxy. I ask Foxy game. Go take a freaking nap. There's nothing that needs to be done here so important that you can't go take a nap.
Where they're writing tickets for the same thing that citizens.
You just said I'm tired. I need to take a nap.
Doing the same thing, and I'd like
No,
to
you're just
get an
like
opinion
fiddling
on
around
that, or if he's
for
gonna
what?
crack down on his officers to be following the law.
You are the bag.
Vehicles as well.
So fucking annoying. We'll take my tablet. We'll take a nap. Dog, what up? Chill puppy, what up? Newbie, what up? I had to go make some coffee and washing my hair and dealing with common sense there. Miss common sense. Yeah, 20 more. That's it. Sick. We gotta fold these sheets. We got some new sheets for the queen bed at Stonehouse. Fold these up.
Sure. And we're just gonna compare it. And you guys don't like 10 tickets, and maybe the people will be like, hey, you don't like 10 tickets, and they got 10. I'm cool with that. Or maybe they'll be like, well, these guys are hypocrites because they're law enforcement. They write tickets, you guys are writing tickets. Or maybe they won't care that you guys aren't writing tickets. It's still illegal, right? Yeah. No, I had to take mine off my truck for a Lancaster truck because I was zealous and won't get tickets.
Tulip, what up?
But I guess that was my.
I was on for like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I really have no comment on that. I mean, we might have, when they're playing song, might have it, some listening, might not.
I got up early, had a quick cup of coffee. Usually when I sit here and have coffee, I got a tumbler. So I take the lid off, take a sip, put the lid back on, right? So my coffee stays hot for a long time. So I drink a cup of coffee pretty slow. And today I set my alarm for, what did I set it for? 7? I don't freaking remember, 7 or something. And
You sure about that?
was it 6?
Sure about
Maybe it was 6.
I was sure about
I don't know, but I set it early and I got up, so I got up early. And then drank a cup of coffee real quick. Kept the lid off of it so it would cool down faster. And pounded a cup of coffee and took Bentley for a quick walk. Well, it wasn't quick, it was about an hour long, 45 minutes anyways. We went down to the lake and played some fetch.
They look like they do pretty good work. And as a small business owner, if I was paying somebody money to advertise, I would sure like to know that I was getting my money's worth. So I decided to give the guy a call and let him know that his marketing is working in the local area. But through this phone call, we're going to find the undisputed truth that when the supervisor said, and through a third party, unbeknownst to anybody what's about to happen, we're about to find out that not only did Supervisor Alex make them remove their window tint, he made them get receipts and prove it.
Watching / listening to Auditing Erie County here. Guess there's 2 sets of sheets here to fold. Oh, that's your sheets. There it is. Dan's dash cam audio sucks. Can't hear shit, dude. Panzer, what up? Oh, you know what I hate folding? I hate folding fitted sheets. So hard. You almost got to be a witch to figure it out. River Rat, what up, Mooney? It's been a while. Where you at now, Panzer? Where in the world is Carmen Sandy Panzer? And when you coming through Curtis? He said he was gonna bring me some smoke. Remember? I ain't forgot. Doug heard it too. Remember, Doug? Oh, I thought you was coming up. Thought you was up. Thought you said you was over riding Unison or something. Trying to fold a fitted sheet. River Rat, can you fold a fitted sheet? I bet Doug can. Doug can do everything. He's the one in the crew with the most life experience. So when I have a real life experience question, I go to Uncle Grandpa. And then he verifies. Then he verifies my wisdom for me. I don't mind the flat sheet, it's just the fitted one. And it has to kind of look nice because, you know, the whole fucking vacation rental aspect. So we try to make shit look pretty nice. So we've got two brand new sets of queens. And one of them is going to be put on the bed. The other one's going to be fold it as nicely as I can, and then put in a plastic Ziploc, giant Ziploc baggy thing, and it'll be put in the ottoman at the end of the foot of the bed on the king bed. Walk was pretty good. Me and Bentley stopped at the lake there. I posted them on TikTok real quick. I'll post them on here. But I mean, a couple little short type videos of me and Bentley out this morning. So we stopped at the lake there at the end of the road and played fetch for a little bit with the stick. And I walked him home to dry him off. And then he came home, gave him a good rub down with the towel, because he loves a good rub down with the towel. It's one of his favorite things. Oh, you guys, I got a good story for you guys. I got two good stories. Give me a minute here. Almost done here. I gotta fold this blanket up and put this stuff in a bag and get it ready to go. But I got a couple good stories for you. One of them is in reference to the 13-second video story from day before yesterday or whatever, right? After reading Dum Dum's message and stuff, I put some thought into what I wanted to say before saying it. That's why I didn't respond back the other night. So I'll tell you the response, and if you don't know about the 13-second video, I'll tell you about that in a minute too. And something about Wizard. Brandon. You so missed this? Oh, Moon. Yeah, you ain't been here in a few minutes. You don't know about the whole Wizard thing or the 13-second video, huh? Brent, what up? Quit smoking weed 7 days ago?
Of course, when I opened the door here,
Dude. Well, hopefully you did it for a good purpose. It turns out to be a benefit for you. But that don't mean you can't bring me any when you come by. My best friend Casey, me and him used to be smoking buddies. And shit, this motherfucker, he's the biggest smoker I used to know. He don't smoke no more. But when he comes up, he usually brings me some weed. He's the one friend now that doesn't smoke anymore, just has weed. A lot of times. Give me a minute, I'll tell you. I gotta finish putting these sheets away. I'm putting them in the bag now. Once I can get this done and sat down for a second, I'll tell you the whole. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you both stories.
The gentleman seemed pretty cool to me, and if I ever needed a tint, I would definitely go there. And he actually gave us the undisputed truth that the Webster Police Department are no longer hypocrite pieces of shit for having window tint, while writing tickets for the window tint. And we also proved that our supervisor, he ain't just all talk. He actually made them remove that tint. And as always, make sure you remember to hit that thumbs up and hype this video for maximum exposure. And remember what you should ask you guys in the comment section is, if the police are not ready to finish the window tint, and they have window tint on their vehicles, are
You guys know garbage bags come out of the box inside out. You gotta turn them right side out.
comment section of what you think the difference between a police department writing a ticket every other
You guys
year
know that?
versus a ticket every other day. Would you personally find leniency for the law enforcement breaking the law if they're not enforcing that law on the citizens? Leave your comments and what you think. This video was
Yep, your garbage bags, when you pull them out of the box, they're inside out.
in the morning. I've got to.
You're supposed to turn them right side out. If you look at the edges on them, you'll see, like, the seam thing, how it has that, you know. If you look at it, it's actually inside out when it comes out of the box.
Make sure you subscribe because that's just a tiny sneak preview of what's coming Monday. Banger, guys.
All right,
Get ready for
story time. Are we ready for the story? I'll even turn the camera on for you guys. Just a second here. All right.
And as you can see, we've got Colin here. I'll do the weather today. It's 101 degrees. Beautiful day to be out here.
I love exploring this country so much. I was just moving out here every day.
Honda versus Ford. I guess it depends on what you need it for. All right, you guys ready? Been working on it, eating healthy. I got my morning walk in today. I got in my 10,000 yesterday. I got in almost 12,000 the day before. I made some cool. I'll show you something I did real quick.
There's going to be 3 types of people watching this video. People that say they love the new camera.
Oh,
Say they hate the new camera.
check this out.
Which category are you? Leave a comment below.
That's 9 pounds. I got that. And then I got this 8-pound one that I was doing a similar thing with, but I've been trying to figure out something to do with that. And then got my little table thing I set up here. It's all for forearm exercising. Then I made this thing, one of them, you know what I mean? So you can do the wrist rolling thing with it, right? Old shovel handle. I sanded off all the glossy shit and put some fucking mineral oil and shit on it. But I'm gonna take this thing here. Oops. This thing here, right? I'm gonna take this. See, I just took some of that to wrap it around it like a cradle. I'm gonna take this and unwrap it, and I'm gonna paint it black. This is a chunk of steel, a ingot or whatever the hell they call them. It used to be my grandpa's. I remember it ever since I was a little kid. He used to use it for a doorstop, so I'm gonna imagine he brought it home from Ford's at one time. And it weighs exactly 9 pounds. 9.5 we'll call it, because it's 9.65 pounds. So I use that for various things. So Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Watching like the arm wrestler guys, the kind of stuff that they use and stuff with the pronator and blah, you know what I mean? I'm not training for arm wrestling, but I am trying to strengthen my arms in that kind of fashion. Anyways, I like it because it's low impact exercising.
Okay, yeah.
6'3" tall athlete, strong as hell. Who you? You're 6'3"? Sick. I'm not as strong as I should be. All right, story. Which story do we want to tell first? We'll tell the story of the 13-second video and my conclusion of that. So I've told some of you all this one. Yesterday we discussed it a little. Yesterday morning or night before last or something. Maybe it was. Yeah, night before last. My we'll call her my mother-in-law, but my son's mom and I was never married. We was just together for a long time. So her mom, I consider my mother-in-law because, you know, me and my son's mom had a kid together and shit. And me and my son's mom, we've been split up for 20 years now. My son's 22 going on 23. And so Sam's her name. And she sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I don't accept a lot of friend requests, and I kind of just let it sit there for a few weeks. And then I decided to accept the friend request, and because I ain't got nothing against old Grandma Sam, and I know she's getting older, and she ain't got many good years left in her and stuff. So I accepted her friend request. Shortly after that, she sent me a couple messages, you know. Grandma Sam's not all there in the head. I mean, literally. And if you talk to the woman, you can see this. And now that she's getting older, her mind's slipping even more. So, she sends me her first message. Hello, Michael, with my last name. This is Nellie's mom. Yeah, I know who you are, Sam. You know what I mean? Like, you know. What you been up to lately? How's your life going? Where do you live at? If you get this message, it's okay to text me back, okay? All right. Yeah, I know who you are. You're my ex-mother-in-law, silly. You know, that's what I said back to her. And so anyways, this is kind of how the message is going, right? And just casual conversation like that. And then was it later that day or it was the next day after I accepted it? I think it was the next day after I accepted. I get this 13-second video from a Glock McStuffin. You know what I mean? And the name didn't, of course, it's a fake name. The face I didn't really recognize. I went and looked at the profile. Didn't really I didn't look that well at the profile, truth be told. You got a minute? Looks like just some videos. See what we got for pictures. I'll show you what this.
This is by far the hardest one to steer. I don't know what's different about it. I use S35s, but it is probably one of the hardest.
This is the dude anyways, right? This is the dude that sent me the 13-second video out of nowhere. First and only ever message on Messenger I've ever received from this guy. I've never talked to him before. Didn't know who he was at first. Didn't make much sense. And then after watching the video a few times, Okay, after, I'm not gonna play it, but after watching this video a few times, I figured out who it was. The tattoos weren't familiar because when I was with her, she didn't have tattoos on her chest. She had nice virgin skin. Only after we broke up, she got the one that I remember. And I remember that because it was pretty soon after we broke up. And I remember seeing it a couple times. So then it dawned on me, this is my baby's mama. And this is her her boyfriend. Basically, you see where his hand's at. You can see what's going on here, right? So he sends me a 13-second video of this out of nowhere. First time I've ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a. So I couldn't figure out why this dummy would do that. And then it kind of dawned on me. So I messaged my son, because he knows, you know what I mean, knows him, and knows this guy, because, you know, his mom's been with him for quite a few years. Matter of fact, that's why I ended up getting custody of him, because his mom left him with her mom for this douchebag, and she moved off somewhere else. And so she said, so I didn't know who it was, so I sent a message back. I says, look, I don't know who you are, nor do I give two shits. I knew who he was at this point when I sent this, but kind of playing stupid, right, to see where it goes. I says, look, I don't know who you are, nor do I give two shits, so please don't send me videos of hoes like this, and how disrespectful of you to this hoe, sick ass fool. You know what I mean? That's what I said. Yeah, let's not talk about the.
All right, well, we got to get back to the job.
Panzer, we don't, you know, you're my boy here, but we don't care about the Ukraine and. Panzer's cool. I don't know why he's talking about that stuff, but whatever. So then he goes, good evening, I apologize to you. I apologize for your frustrations, but with all due respect, I didn't send you any message, nor have I ever. What did the message say? Scroll to the top of the fucking page. You know what I mean? Like, so now at this point, he's playing stupid, right? And then he goes, all due respect, sir. Truthfully, don't know who you are. I'm most currently not one for conversation with strangers. Ooh, I'm not one for conversations with strangers. You know what I mean? Sick. Hope you have a blessed night. You know what I mean? So that was all on Wednesday. Let's see. I got the video Wednesday morning at 11:59. I responded to it pretty quick. Yeah, Wednesday at 10:59. I don't know why that says 10:59. So his last messages or whatever were Wednesday at 10:14 p.m. Okay, that's why. Wednesday a.m. 10:59 a.m. and he messaged me back at 10:15 p.m. So I let it stew for the night. Think about what I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? So my response to it was yesterday morning / afternoon, because I responded at 11:55 after I went for my walk, and I was thinking about it while I was out on my walk, what I wanted to say. So I said, this was my response to him, his video and his dumb comments. I says, after further research, I've come to the conclusion you know exactly who I am. You know exactly who I am. I only have the same last name as Nellie's oldest son, her first son. Yeah, because they've got a kid together, and I guess it's a boy, but mine's born first. You know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of like put that jab in there, right? Uh, Nellie's oldest son, the firstborn, the first son. I said, so play stupid all you want. I says,
Christopher, Colin has elected.
and I know exactly who you are, James. But what I don't know is why in the world you'd send me a 13-second video of you groping Nellie's chest. I said, distasteful and disrespectful.
And plus you get to see more.
I says, I can only assume it's because
Okay, let's see you go.
I accepted Sam's friend request, had a few messages with her. Now, none of which was about Nellie, and she talked to Nellie about it. And it triggered your insecurity clearly. I says, but don't worry, I'm here. I'm here to put your insecurities at ease, young man. I says, Nellie and I split up 20 years ago. The last time I see Nellie was for Dustin's graduation. I have zero interest in Nellie at this point in time in life. And on top of that, I live almost 400 miles away. So don't send me disrespectful garbage of Nellie like that. If she wants me to have stuff like that, she can send them to me herself. I says, and then I said, and man up and get over it, because Nellie's past is Nellie's past. And I was lucky enough to have her for her, to have her and at her best years. I'm brain farting here. Let's see. Man up, Nellie's past is Nellie's past. I was lucky enough to have had her and her at her best time, at her best years. You know what I'm saying? Because we were a lot younger. I said, so now you can have Tony's leftovers. Because after me, there was me. I was the first. Gave her the first kid and everything. We were together for like 8 years, almost 10. Split up. She got with Tony. Ended up having a kid with Tony. They were together for 8 years or so. And then after they split up, she got with this James. Had a kid by James. And so James has got the last one. You know what I mean? So I made sure to get all them digs in there and make sure to let him know he's having Tony's leftovers because I got it first. And then I said, a person who lives in the past has no future, so end of story. He read it and hasn't responded. Burned him all the way down. Fucking dum-dum.
All right, we are all back here in the yard. Customers going to pick his Jeep up in the next day or two.
Yeah, I had her at her best years. When we got together, she was 14, I was 17, and we were together up until our early 20s. You know what I mean? Shit, I had that pussy for its best years and gave it a kid. Everything you got after that was leftovers, James. Not even my leftovers. Tony got my leftovers, and you got Tony's leftovers. Sick. And you thought you was gonna fucking, like, I was supposed to be jealous because, you know what I mean? Like, are you for real, bro? Shit, when I want to put Nellie in the spank bank, I got the best spank bank. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's got the better one. You know what I'm saying? I was 17 when we got together. Me and her dad used to be friends. And then I met her through her dad. So she asked me to date, and I went and asked her dad permission to date his daughter first before I even dated her, because we were, me and Tom were friends before I knew her. When I met Tom through Mark and Alma, and Mark and Alma were friends because I grew up with their kids. So we're all like one big friend clique. And then one year, Nellie moved in with her dad, and then she developed a crush on me, and she had Debbie come out and ask me as I was leaving her dad's one evening. And then I says, yeah, but I says, we'll have to make sure it's okay with Tom because, you know, respectful thing to do, right? She wasn't a virgin when I got with her. She'd had sex with somebody else before me at the age of 14. So I think she was putting out at 13. But I think it was only one other person before me. I mean, if she had sex with some other 13, 14-year-old, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. At the time, I didn't care. But I didn't take her virginity. That girl was putting out before her. I'm just the one that put the lockdown on it. Hate it for years. 18 dating a 37-year-old. When I was in my early 20s, and there's this 40-some-year-old chick I used to bang on a regular. Everybody I've ever dated has been younger than me, though. You look creepy? Sick. Your mom didn't think I was creepy. Matter of fact, your mom liked it when I creeped right up in her bed. Okay, second story. Our good old boy Wizard. I figured Wizard, you know, would at least come. You know, he's mad. I took Wizard's wrench, Mooney. He was being too heavy-handed with the constant timing out and hiding people, you know what I mean? And was out in the kitchen doing kitchen stuff, cutting something up, and someone was just kind of critiquing the way I was handling the knife a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't putting on a kitchen show, you know. And Wizard didn't like it, and something was going on. Well, anyways, he timed the person out for it, and I said, "Hey, dude," I says, "you ain't got to do that." I says, you know, and then it led into, "Dude, you've been a little heavy-handed. You need to like fucking lighten up some, you know." I said, "This isn't like the Cholo channel, one of the First Amendment auditor channels, where they want him to be heavy on the trolls." You know what I'm saying? So I asked him not to be so heavy. And then the same dude that was critiquing my knife thing, he wasn't like being a super big asshole about it. As soon as I get done saying that, he timed him out again. And then it pissed me off. It was like, I literally just told you to fucking chill out, and then you go and do it again anyways. So, you know, I felt disrespected, and he was challenging me, so I took his fucking wrench away. And now he's all butthurt about it and quit showing up and blah, 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 you know. I figured give him a few days. I figured hopefully he'd get over it. Hopefully a friendship's more important than your fucking mod position. But apparently when it comes to Wizard, the mod position is more important than a friend position. So if you give him a wrench and you take it from him, he's not going to like you no more. And so I went over, I seen him over in one other First Amendment auditor's channel. I can't remember, Write Something, or I can't remember. And I was like, Wizard still like bananas, you know, trying to get his attention, you know, trolling him a little bit, you know. And I didn't stick around long or anything, and I forget what was said in that one. And then I left, and then I was over in Vader, the Dubes. Maybe that's why Ford hasn't stopped in. Stopped in at Vader Dubes because CFO Wizard was going to be over there. And he was, and I was like, Wizard still like to eat bananas the long way. And old Vader thought it was funny, you know, and it's funny. And he gets on there, "Me and Big Mike aren't friends no more. He's been following me around live stream to live stream, harassing me." So Vader's like, oh, we'll make sure that don't happen no more, blah blah. So now he's pissed. He can't handle being trolled. He can't handle when his buddies come fuck with him. And then he'll use his position in other channels where he's mods and shit to fucking pencil whip you. So what I've come to learn is Wizard is fake as fuck. So I sent his ass a message. I says, you know what, dude? I says, you've turned into just a whiny old dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, make sure you unsubscribe all your fucking channels to mine. And I says, in the membership over on my main channel, says, make sure you fucking cancel that too, dude. Then whiny old fucker. You know what I'm saying? Dude ain't got no thick skin. You know what I'm saying? All he wants to do is bash on the trolls, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I kind of get it, but you know, so come to the conclusion, the mod position's more important to Wizard than friendships are. So he'll be nice to you to be a mod, but if you take it from him, he's gonna hate you. And if you go on any other channels and fuck with him for being a petty bitch, that he'll use his position in other channels to whip you. Grumpy old man's your job. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You don't think being grumpy old man, you're being a fucking just a whiny bitch about it. Hope you're watching, Wizard. I haven't blocked your channels yet. Stop being such a whiny bitch, dude. Be a man about it. Man up. The fucking matter of fact, I don't even want you back because you didn't show your true colors. The mod position's what's important.
Okay, I just can't wait to get this. If you know of a vehicle or vehicles that are in peril, somewhere way out in peril,
Yeah, so that's the Wizard drama. But the Wizard drama's over with. You know what I mean? I've done and said what I had to say.
do it again, and I bet you'd like to see it. Once again, that's morerescue.com. I hope so.
What is going on with you today, Panzer? Why are you being so abrasive today, bud? Panzer's not usually this abrasive. Did you just want to pick a fight with Mooney?
Well, we're gonna see if the banana has what it takes.
Give me a hug? Sick. You hit that like button.
Yeah, you want to tell me I make a good crash test dummy and I'm not John McCauley. You know, in Boy Scouts,
Panzer's good people. He's been coming in here for a while, though.
but with soft jackals, you don't need.
So if he says something political, it's got you. He's trying. It probably might be worth listening to. He's one of the few. He don't come in here and talk all political, but if he's got something to say political, I'll listen to what he has to say.
The thing about right-hand drive is it's exactly the same as rearing somebody with a left-hand drive.
Regular milk. I do use 2% though. Speaking of which, I need to take my protein shake. Protein, creatine. Might whip up a few scrambled eggs here too. And then probably because you let him trigger, yeah, he kept fucking with you a little bit there, Mooney.
That's not the part I'm worried about. The part I'm worried about is coming up there. It's a horrible off-camera dip with no safety.
Ever seen Ollie on TV?
The second after that is the switchbacks.
I'm like the Incredible Hulk. I just catch them and throw them back, so I don't have no problems with missiles.
Turn, which is not characteristic of the record. Try my best to steer this thing and keep it off of bigger rocks to make it a little work.
I just catch them and then use the momentum and the centrifugal motion, and I just, you know what I mean? Send them right back. I got that move from Superman, though, I will say.
It's time for a change. It's Rob Steinhoff is running for judge of the 11th Circuit. He built a successful law firm, serving as a criminal defense attorney and protecting veterans' rights. He is the twice elected community safe, as prosecutor Rob's philosophy has been simple. Bad guys win.
Never seen tits on a soybean. That's right. Yeah, I don't think you've looked close enough then.
The son of mill workers and 6 generations
They've got to be there.
as a first-generation lawyer and volunteer
How else would they get milk?
dedicated to community service.
The micro milker? I got a cup and a half of 2% milk here, roughly a cup and a half, maybe a little less, and 2 scoops of the protein mix.
We're back on base. So, you remember 2014 Chevy that we decided to get a truck out of? Great accident, one-ton toilet, more whipped on it, and we're trying to make it. Today's jobs, power steering, brakes. So, I was tackling brakes, I'm on power steering, track got a bracket. I think it's just all rolled in, and power steering is going to help that too.
Pretty good so far.
Which is way easier. This is what I imagine.
What I'm finding, the one thing that I am finding trouble with is I want to get like 250 grams, at a minimum 200 to 250 grams of protein a day. 200 is not too hard to hit, but anything over 250 I'm finding kind of hard to hit without being too full. Buy a boxing bag, buy me one. You know what I'm saying? I want a set of dumbbells and a bent curling bar and a inclined bench. That's what I want. And about 150 pounds of plates. I don't have enough room in my room to have a benching bar, you know what I mean? There's just not enough room. I guess I probably could rearrange things a little bit, maybe make some room, but then it'd be real cluttered in here.
We're also going to give it a couple of drops of this vitamin D3 plus K2.
Well, I work out a little bit every day. I got my rubber bands I use every day. I got my forearm stuff that I've been working out with every day. Shit, I fucking work out my forearms and my arms a few times a day lately. Walking every day.
drinkag1.com/fatrats, or you can scan the QR code. You're going to receive a free AG1 with your first AG1 subscription order. All supplies.
Got an ingrown hair right here.
You're going to want to jump on it and get it quick. I'm going to get back to work on Babe, see if we can make this thing run today. Alright, we've got a bunch of stuff right up here we're going to have to work through. Just barely put a little cooler lines on. We've got some main wiring harnesses.
You're excited for the days going down to the river. I gotta go work still. I want to walk. Let's see what that walk that I took is only about 5,000, half of my 10,000 steps for the day. Update. Let me check. I'll be right back. I'm gonna check my steps. Just give me a second here. Oops, wrong one. 4,399. Yeah, that one walk is like half my steps. I gotta walk down just past. I gotta walk my normal walk and then down past the bank and then back to get a full 10,000 in one walk, which is 5 miles. I can get like, what is it? Yeah, yesterday, 10,000. 10,400, 10,840, 10,677. That one I didn't do shit. 5,000, 7,000 some change, 11,266, 6,000 some change, 4,000. So I figure I'm hoping I'll get my other 5,000 steps in at work today.
Mom, you're gonna have to wear a turban and flip flops today. You're gonna have to. That's what Graydon's watching. We're gonna get into the new generation. That's where we're at. Jerusalem Fraser fan.
Now, one thing I squeezed, I think I squeezed that thing like fucking about 300 times yesterday. My arms were sore last night. They're not sore today. Brandon, what up? Gonna go. Gonna get a GoPro for next year. Don't get the GoPro. Get the get a the DJI or the Insta360. They have better accessories. If you get like I don't remember which one it is, DJI or Insta360, one of the newer ones. But anyways, it's got a bigger aperture, which means it does better in low light conditions than the GoPro. And they have these cool accessories where you can put your little action cam inside this little cage thing, and then it turns it into like a DSL style camera where it's got a camera grip, you know what I'm saying? And it's got a metal cage around it, and you can put your lights on it and other shit like that. It protects your camera. Yeah. I know everybody goes to the GoPro, but if you're gonna buy a brand new one and get you a nice one, look into the DJI. I'll figure out which one it is. I'll tell you next time I see it. Actually, I'll look it up right now. Look it up right now. Let's see. What am I looking for? If you're gonna buy budget and buy used, that's a different story. Yeah, the DJI Osmo Action 6 is the one with the biggest aperture, best low light action camera there is right now. I'm pretty sure that's the one. With the accessories that come with it. That's the Osmo 5. Osmo 5. There's the Osmo 4. DJI action cameras. There it is. Yeah, the DJI Osmo 5 or 6 at least. You know what I'm saying? 6 is the new one. The 5 is the one just before that. And the accessories, I'll show you the accessories I'm talking about. Accessory. DJI action cam accessories and cages. This is what I'm talking about. This is for the Action 5. They have stuff like this. GoPro doesn't have accessories like that. And if you're gonna get a camera and you're gonna spend that kind of money, you want some accessories like this because one, it makes it nice and easy to use. Two, it protects your camera. You just want to wear a camera, oh, then you can get you something cheap. If you're gonna want something to wear, you don't want to wear an action camera. There's a lot of other light cameras out there, but if you want to like get into the like that, look at that. Well, most of them are water resistant. Action cameras are mostly water resistant up to so many feet, anyways, these days. And most of them come with like a waterproof, like a submergence thing. This is the one. You remember Impact Media / Smodrift, the California guys, you know, the old dude and his 2 kids. This is the one that he was using there for a while, I noticed. That's pretty cool with the wrist thing, grip, all that, you know what I'm saying? That's made by Small Ring. And that's for the Osmo Action 5 Pro. Action camera. Looking for something small too. I don't know what your budget is. I think this is the one I'm thinking of. Maybe could try something like this. I thought about trying one of these. These are one of the really small ones. It says it's got 4K. So it might not be true 4K, but you might at least get 2K. At least you're going to get decent 1080p. You know what I mean? And that's all you really need. And it's got the waterproof capsule thing. You can wear it as a neck. It's got a clip thing so you can put it on stuff. It's all the accessories it comes with. I thought about trying one of these. It's kind of like a body cam. For the price, this would be worth trying, I think. $73. It's got a 64 gig card. You're gonna want a bigger gig card anyways, but I would just I just get the one for $69 with the 32 gig card, and then I would just go buy a nice big gig card for it. You know what I mean? What the fuck is that noise? Oh, that's outside. Yeah, but for 69 bucks, you get that. It says it's got, so you got 150 minutes of 1080p, 120 minutes of 2K, and 90 minutes of 4K as far as charge time goes. You know, so it's not like something you can record with all day. So you know what I mean? You can get a little over 2 hours of 1080p. Charge it, probably take a couple hours charge it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like none of these small cameras like that or anything that you can leave running for a long time like a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter if you get a GoPro, one of these little ones, a fucking, you know what I'm saying? None of the battery life's, that great for them. But yeah, I'd try one of those. Thing keeps fucking with me. And there's a lot of different versions and brands of that style, you know what I'm saying?
See if we're hose builders. We're not as good as the hosers, but we're exactly right. I'm just not passed out. Go ahead, old lady. Tip over. There you go. Here, do your job. Have you even shown them?
Yeah, I'd buy at least a 256 gig card for it. At least that. Especially if you're doing any 4K, they use up 4K like that. 4K takes up a lot of fucking memory. I've got, let's see, I'll tell you right now. Let's see, where's that? Oh, it's not on here. Never mind. It's on that phone. Can't show you. Well, actually, here's an example. 3 minutes 12 seconds of 4K, 1 gig, just for 3 minutes. So for every 3 minutes, you're gonna use a gig. You know what I'm saying? And that's on my phone, so on the S21 Plus. So it compresses probably better than the action camera. But it's going on 10 o'clock. I've been live for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to end this and finish getting ready for work. I'm going to go take a number 2 and shit like that, I think. Sorry, I already told some good funny, couple good stories earlier that were funny. So if you'd have been here earlier, but I'm out of here. Later. Tomorrow.